Oh shit, what's good? What's poppin', YouTube? Welcome back. Hey, it's been a while. I missed you guys. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. Alright, so it's been a while since we did one of these videos, so forgive me if I forget the format of how to do this, because as stated previous, it has been a while. But nonetheless, what's good, people? How are you? Shit, all I got is the torch. I really don't want to use it. There has got to be a lighter down here somewhere. Sorry, guys. I did not come prepared for this smoke session. I know, right? Crazy one. But if you guys been here before, you already know that I am wild. Damn, I really don't have my fucking lighters down. That shit's insane. I was full of smokers. Wasted half the video trying to find a motherfucking lighter. Shit. Alright, people. What's good? It's your player partner, Black Season, aka Black Assassin, and I'm back with another Whiskey Wednesdays. This is a week. We're gonna get back into doing the weekly episodic episodes of the motherfucking Whiskey Wednesdays on the Press A to Jump podcast. Alright? But while we do the introductions, let me light this smoke so we can relax, calm down. Alright. Now that we got that out the way. This is Whiskey Wednesdays. If you're just tuning in, this is a part of the podcast where I basically go out, spend my own money, get some whiskey, some wood chips, and smoke the whiskey, and tell you guys about what wood chips I'm using as far as like the flavoring, and basically I sit here, I talk my shit, and I hope you guys like it. All right, cool. So for today, for the smoking pleasure, we are at the part of the video where we started mixing the flavors. So we went through the first few episodes. We went through each different flavor, and then we went back and started pairing them. So today, for your pairing needs, we have oak wood chips, and we have pear wood chips. So what I can say about at least with the mixing of the flavors, we can definitely tell, like, so when we originally went through every wood chip kind of had their own distinct taste to it, but at the same time, some of them kind of like they were lighter than others, which makes so for when I mix them, you get two lights together. It doesn't really do too much, but we're still gonna mix them and have fun. And what I mean by that is going through originally pear, oak, I think walnut have very light flavoring. So it wasn't, you smoke it, but you really couldn't get the gist of it, you know? Oh shit. Alright, so today's topic. What is today's topic going to be? Today's topic is going to be friendship. And what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to go over different types of friendships. But in the meantime, in between time, before we do that, let's do what you all came here to do. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you what type of whiskey we smoking. Today we are still smoking the Habiki whiskey. This is not a paid advertisement. I went out and bought this with my own money. Also, please make sure you drink responsibly. But yeah, it's a Japanese whiskey. It's real nice. As you can see, we got maybe maybe three more videos, and then we'll be on to another bottle of whiskey. All right, let's get to it, shall we? All right, we're gonna let that smoke it out for a second. Put that on top of that. All right. See the glass fill up with a cloud. All right. So friendship, right? There's multiple different types of friendships, right? Like you got people, or maybe it's just one person in your friend group that, for lack of better words, is a crash out. Don't get me wrong. It's not, we're not advertising being a crash out, but what I'm saying is every decent, solid friend group has at least one crash out. And the crash outs rule is just that. But I think in order to fully understand the crash out friend, you also have to understand what said friend had been through prior to becoming a part of the friend group, which turned them into a crash out to begin with, right? Like in life, people just see the crash out and they never ask the question of why is he crashing out? Ooh, pop the top and look at it. You make a nigga wanna sing like this, darling. Ooh. Get a nice little swirl going. Okay. So off top, the you get a strong essence of just more so the smell. You get a strong essence of the pear, but when you go to taste it, it's actually shocking because the pear hits your nose first, but the first thing you taste is actually the oak. So you get a nice je ne sais quoi, earthy taste, but then you get the subtleness of the pear to come in and kind of clean up the back end on that. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. Jesus. So yeah, like I was saying, people always like, oh, he's a crash out, he's a bad person type thing. But it's like you don't know what a person has been through in their life to have turned them into a crash out, because they could have at one point in their life been a decent human being. And terrible situations, or maybe it was just one big terrible situation that happened, and it changed the trajectory of their life. But with that being said, the crash out is also important because if that if that crash out truly fucks with you and loves you, okay, there's not anything that they won't do for you. But that's not just to say, like, just to crash out, because pretty much all of these friends, based off your character and how you treat people, not even just your friends, but just how you treat people in general, they'll be willing to do anything for you, right? But then you got you got the serious friend, and we all know the serious friend. Motherfuckers like, hey, this is what we doing, this is how we doing, stuff like that, right? You got so a lot of these we just gonna like breeze past stuff like that, but it's gonna all come together. Um, but yeah, like I said, you got your crash out, you got your serious friend. Shit. You got your crash out, your serious friend. You got your business minded friend. You got your down for whatever. And that's not necessarily the same as the crash out, because the person that's down for whatever, you hit them up middle of the day type shit. You be like, hey, bro, what you got shaking? Shit, nothing. Cool. Hey, you want to come with me to go pick up a TV? Okay. Like, it'd be shit like that, right? You got your car friend. Now, your car friend is a different type of person. And it's not that he's a bad friend. You either got your car, we'll put car slash bike, because they kind of give off like the same vibe, right? But your car friend is just like 9 times out of 10, if if it's like a solo hangout with you and this person, y'all doing car related shit. Y'all either at AutoZone, Pet Boys, O'Reilly's, whatever, right? Y'all doing car related shit. Y'all might just he might secretly be a motherfucking Mario champion, but that's neither here nor there, right? And speaking of Mario champions, you got your gamer friend. Yes, sir. And when we talk about the gamer friend, I mean, it's not much else to say. What's understood don't have to be said. Then you got your shy friend. We all know. We all know the shy guy, right? You got the rich guy and you got the poor guy. Poor guy, excuse me. Right? But then also you got you got a whole different group of friends that they have they have elevated from friendship to brotherhood. And that is something completely different. Because no matter what friendship group you got, or if you got everything under the rainbow in your friend organization, not all of those friends are going to elevate and enter the brotherhood, right? And what I mean by the brotherhood is that you don't always have to talk or, you know, be around each other, but when you are in each other's presence, it goes like it's a different level. Like y'all sit down and conversate like it was just yesterday y'all was hanging out. Like y'all didn't necessarily have a falling out, but because motherfuckers just get busy and shit, y'all kind of stop talking, right? But one day somebody reach out and then it's like I said, it's like it never ended. Like if I could, if I could, give me a second. Let me give a shout out to a couple people in my life that have elevated from friends, homies to the bros, right? And sorry if I can't get everybody, but I'm gonna get the most of y'all. Then we gonna get back to this. All right. Shout out to the homie Ian Brown. All right. Shout out to Ian Brown because, like I said, me and Bro probably we've been cooling since shit maybe 2018, something like that. But we met each other because we was on the basketball court, right? And obviously we the two biggest dudes on the court, so we can't be on the same team, right? And I get it, right? So we playing on opposite teams, right? My dude doing his 1-2, his crossover, bing bang boom, hitting everybody, right? But I'm like, look, all that fancy shit is cool. That's cute. The tween, sheen, all that shit. That's cute, right? But I play defense. I'm a defensive player. Alright? So my bro coming into the lane hard. He like coming into the lane hard. Jab stepping, right? So I'm like, shit, bro. Mama ain't raised no hoe. You leave the ground, I'm leaving the ground, right? So sure enough, he left the ground, blocked the ball, but also because a force met a force, I just happened to be the greater force on that moment, blocked the ball, and put my buddy on his backside, okay? That's how we met each other, right? But that's not even nothing, right? Because my bro got me into airsoft, right? And first day out there, boy, you think putting somebody on their butt in basketball is crazy. No, 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 no. My dude, first day out the gate, we in the airsoft field, and he was like, "Hey, bro, 1v1 me," and I was like, "Shit, say less. What's the count? Best out of 5. Bet. Let's do it, bro." My dude killed me 2 times, like 1, 2 rounds in like less than a minute, bro. And And I'm like, whoa, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I got my lick back, but what I'm saying is I was already down 2-0. I had to win the next one or it was over. You feel me? But my dude ended up destroying me. Crazy work, right? Shout out to the little bro Shavon Harris. Bro, we go back. I'm talking about we was motherfucking knee high to a grasshopper, bro. He always been little bro. Shout out to him. You know. Shout out to motherfucking Alan Chris Brown. You know who you are. You know we go back like two flats on the Cadillac. But shout out to you. Shit. Shout out to Joseph Benjamin Brown. Another guy. Like I said, we ain't gotta talk often, but when we do talk, it's like it's something to see, bro. It is something to be a part of for sure. Last but not least, shout out to my bro, Matamba Fayad Smith. I see you, my boy. But like I said, this whole thing is about friendship and brotherhood. And they always say, you can't pick your family. But in actuality, it's not true. You can't pick who you share blood with. But you can definitely pick who your family is. And like I said, these are the friends that became the bros. Oh shit, I almost forgot. The big homie himself, bro. Shout out the homie Hawk. What is his government name? Hakeem Rakeem. Yeah, shout out you, bro. You know what you did. Like, my boy for the airsoft team, like I said, motherfucking Black Knights, we out here. You see that gorilla? You know what's up. But motherfucking Hawk, this dude, first time we went to go play, first time we went to go play paintball, I think it was. It was either paintball or airsoft, but my dude Hawk is wild, okay? We outside, I think it was the paintball field. My dude has on a motherfucking Jack Skeleton onesie. So it's black and white. And can't nobody hit this motherfucker. He just going around going crazy. My dude is probably my dude Hawk is probably one of the coldest airsoft players I didn't seen in a while, my boy. Like, my dude was my dude was hot, like sneaking around and shit, right? And at the time, Hawk didn't know it was his teammate. Okay, so that's important for the story. Hawk didn't know it was his teammate, so Hawk was like, "Yo, I'ma get a fucking melee kill, right? So Hawk pulls the kid's gun in and hems him up and realizes one, that it's a kid, and two, that is the kid is on his team. Hilarious shit. There's this other time that motherfucking, like I said, Hawk is a melee specialist when they come to the airsoft shit, right? So we playing. Luckily, he on my team, right? Cause I already know this savage, right? So my dude has a fucking melee tomahawk, okay? And the homie Ian Brown, the dude from earlier that I was just telling y'all about, right? He's on the opposite team. Hawk see him before he sees Hawk, and Hawk like chunks that fucking axe at him, bro. I'm on the other side of the field, and all you hear is "oh fuck," cause the motherfucking Hawk's axe hit Ian in the motherfucking face, bro. Like hard as shit. We playing airsoft. We out here to have a good time, right? Hawk also, bro, we got his dad out there playing airsoft and shit, right? Hawk was like, I don't care if you pops. That motherfucker. Axe again. Swing that shit. Yo, his dad dodged it. I ain't gonna lie. His dad, slipped it, right? But luckily, I was right there, so double tap for safety. But I was like, yo, Hawk, that's your daddy. You tried to take his head off. But yeah, shout out to you, big bro. Shout out to you for sure. And then you also got those type of friends. Alright. You got the type of friends that always have bail money just because they're responsible. But you also got the type of friends that are like, damn, that shit was crazy, right? Because they sitting there right there with you and booking. But I could sit here and ramble all day, right? But that's not what we're here for. We were here to smoke some whiskey. We accomplished that. I talked a little bit of shit. Hope y'all learned something. If not, I never said this was the Reading Rainbow. Okay? This is a motherfucking podcast show where I smoke whiskey. Alright? But no, real life, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Your boy. So that means you're crazy. You're crazy, baby. Hey, y'all stay tuned. We got some shit coming. I appreciate you guys. Peace out, motherfuckers.